Welcome back to MacPhee Ford. Today we'll be doing a point of view drive and review of this brand new 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning. Now this particular Lightning is a Lariat model, finished in star white metallic tri-coat. It also has the 511A package, so it is the highest spec Lariat that is available. So it does come with the extended range battery. We have these nice 20-inch sort of gray painted wheels on the optional all-terrain tire, say 275/60 hand-cooked Dynapro tire. There's your Lightning badge in the back there with the sort of blue accent as well. You also do get full LED taillights as well. So with the Lariat model, you actually do get the light bar that goes across the back, which you don't get with the XLT. You also have your rear camera right in the back and the nice F-150 badge stamped right in the back. You also have the Class 4 trailer hitch with your 4 and 7 pin connectors. We have the Max trailer tow package as well. And coming around to the side here, so all Lightning models are Super Crew only. So you can only get the Super Crew with the 5.5 foot bed. So there are no other configurations that you can get. We do have the Lightning F-150 badge, Lariat badge on the side there. We also have the 360-degree camera, so you have your side view camera with the LED mirror spotlight, nice body colored mirrors on the Lariat model. Coming into the front end here, we do have the light bar design, which is unique to the XLT Lariat in the Platinum. Full LED. We also have the, I know it's flickering, does not actually flicker like that in person, it's just because of the camera. But there's your front camera system. We also have tow hooks, front parking sensors. Very similar design to your regular F-150. With that being said, let's hop in and take for a drive. Alright, so starting off here in the Lightning, again, this is a Lariat model, so it's sort of that middle trim between an XLT, then you have the Lariat, then the Platinum, which is a very, very expensive truck. This one is stickered at about $103,000. It does have the 511A package, which is the sort of the high package. It includes the extended range battery, which I think most customers will opt for, is the extended range battery. You get about 515 kilometers of range, which is not too bad considering this truck does weigh about 6,800 to 6,700 pounds. So it is quite heavy, unfortunately, but I think that is it's actually a pretty good number, and that is also loaded. That is with payload in the bed, about 1,500 pounds. So you do have about 500 kilometers of range. Again, this is the 511A package, so this is it includes the heated rear seats. You also get heated steering wheels. You get the Blue Cruise, which is actually super cool. So it includes Blue Cruise, which is Ford's hands-free driving experience. It offers hands-free. You can completely take your hand off the wheel, and it has sensors up here as well as up here in the door, and it'll detect your eyes. It'll actually look at your eyes and make sure you're paying attention to the road, which is certainly pretty cool as well. This being the Lariat model, we do have the 15.5-inch Sync 4A display. This is standard on the Lariat and Platinum, which is certainly pretty cool. It's taken out of the Mach-E, the Mustang Mach-E. It was introduced for that model. So this one does have that. It also has, dual zone climate control. We get heated and cooled seats with the Lariat model as well. We have a fully digital gauge cluster, and it's customizable just like your regular F-150. Includes driving modes. We can cycle through drive modes. You have sport, you have like eco and off-road mode and normal mode, of course. So you got kinds of different drive modes. We do have a slightly different interior style. We have sort of this brown, sort of like aluminum-looking trim here. We also have the brown accent stitching with the gray, sort of gray leather on the insert there on the seats. The seats are leather on the Lariat model, which is certainly pretty cool. Just like your regular F-150. This being extended range battery, we do have a little bit more power. This truck is extremely fast. That is a characteristic of an electric vehicle. I mean, it's so fast. You get instant torque at 0 RPM. There's no lag like you would find in like a regular vehicle and maybe like a turbocharged vehicle. It's super fast. 0 to 60 is under 4 seconds, which is like crazy considering, again, this thing does weigh about 7,000 pounds. So it's super fast. Another characteristic of the electric vehicle is that it's super quiet. So right now I have the radio off. The tires are pretty quiet considering it's actually the upgraded all-terrain tire. So this is an upgraded tire. Usually comes with like a more all-season tire, but this one is the all-terrain, the Hankook Dynapro. But it's extremely quiet. I mean, obviously you get a little bit of wind noise, but that's because you don't hear the engine. You know, your ambient noises are much louder because you don't have the engine to sort of drain it out. So that's certainly a lot nicer. We also have the Bang & Olufsen sound system down here, which is something pretty cool, which is actually standard on the Lariat model. We have the Max Trailer tow package, so we do get the Pro Trailer backup assist. We have the trailer brake controller. The Lightning does tow up to 10,000 pounds, which is with the extended range battery pack. It does make, speaking of extended range battery, both of the battery packs do make almost 800 foot-pounds of torque. I believe it's 775, which is just crazy. And the extended range battery has 560 horsepower, whereas the regular standard range is about 400 and somewhere in the 400s. I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but so we do have more power with the extended range, and it's a little bit quicker as well. Now there are some things that are different with the Lightning in terms of like mechanical and chassis design. The main thing being the rear end. So the regular F-150 uses a leaf spring setup. It's a solid axle. Ford's been using forever. But for the Lightning, they went to a coil spring rear. So it's independent rear suspension, which does change the behavior of the rear end. It's a little bit more, almost not car-like, but like SUV, kind of big SUV-like. It kind of gets rid of some of that like super like big jutters that you get from like the rear end if there's no load in the back. You know, you get those sort of this truck type feeling. But with the coil spring, it's a little bit nicer. You can kind of tell, like going around corners, going over potholes, you can certainly tell you get a little bit more, there's a little more give in the suspension. And another thing to point out is that the all-wheel drive system, or the four-wheel drive system, in your regular F-150 is a traditional four-wheel drive. You can select 2 high, you can do 4 high, 4 low, you can do all that kinds of stuff. The Lightning is actually technically all-wheel drive, so you can't put it into 2-wheel drive. So it's 4-wheel drive all the time. The one thing you can change is the locking rear differential. So you can do it through the screen. It's an e-locker, so you can actually do it through the screen. It's in your settings. You can go through and you can change it's in the drive mode setting. You can scroll down and you have the locking differential in the screen. So it acts as like a regular differential. And so when you're at a stoplight, I mean, it's completely silent. I have the radio off. The climate control is just kind of pushing a little bit of air. It's completely silent, which is crazy, you know, considering usually you get that sort of like low vibration from the engine in your regular vehicle. So certainly a lot different. We also have the Panoramic Sunroof, which you might be able to see up there. That comes with the Lariat package, which is certainly pretty cool. Usually it's optional, but this one it is come with it, so that's pretty neat. Now a lot of people are interested in the Pro model. So the Lightning Pro. So there's technically four different trim levels for the Lightning. There's the Pro, which is starting at the bottom. There's the Pro, XLT, Lariat, which this one is, and then there's the Platinum. So the Pro is available only to contractors. It's kind of a sort of work truck. You know, it's got like rubber floors. It's got like the vinyl seats. And that's the one people are actually pretty interested in because it's a lot cheaper. It starts about $40,000 with a standard range battery, and I think people were a little bit disappointed when Ford didn't release the Pro model to the regular average consumer. I think eventually they will offer that. I think it's a sort of a big kind of miss that Ford did. I think it would drive a lot more sales. Considering, you know, this truck here is stickered at about 103,000 Canadian dollars, that is. But I think it would give them a lot more interest and kind of give the Lightning more, make it more accessible to more people, not people that, you know, can spend $103,000 on a truck. We also do have one pedal driving, so we actually click a setting in the gauge cluster, and you can do one pedal drive. And if you've never experienced one pedal drive, you might think it's a really weird thing when you use it, but it actually can help save range quite a bit. It kind of allows you to like not use the brakes at all. It uses the regenerative braking, which will help again save your brake pad life, because you're not using the brakes, you're using the regenerative braking in the electric motor. So as soon as you take your foot off the accelerator pedal, it brakes for you, and it brakes quite hard. It surprises you quite a bit. It does brake quite hard, so you don't really have to use the brakes. So for instance, like we're coming up to a stop sign here, and I can take my foot off the gas, and I'm not touching the brake at all, and it just slowed us down. It even slowed us down before I even needed to. So it's super aggressive, and it again, it does help with the range. Yeah, crazy quick. I mean, it's super impressive that Ford was able to make a 7,000 pound truck do 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds, which is just crazy. I mean, unfortunately, this particular F-150 Lightning is not for sale. It actually does belong to one of our sales managers. But if you want to come check it out, I'm sure it won't be a problem. You could come check it out. We're located at 580 Portland Street in Dartmouth. But that'll pretty much do it for this video. If you want to see more Lightning content, feel free to subscribe, give the video a like, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next video.